What if living past 100 doesn't require cutting-edge medicine or rigid diets, but instead begins with something much simpler, the way we eat? Could it be that the key to aging well lies not in doing more, but in doing less, and doing it intentionally? Imagine waking up at 90 with energy, clarity, and purpose, just because of a few everyday habits. Let's explore how that's possible. Blank. Living a long, vibrant life may not be as complicated as we've been led to believe. Japan's oldest practicing doctor lived beyond 100, and he didn't rely on medication or complex nutrition programs. Instead, he simply ate the same clean, nourishing foods every single day. And before he passed, he shared his timeless wisdom, the same secrets that helped him remain active and sharp into his 100s. While the average lifespan in the United States hovers around 76. In Okinawa, Japan, it's 84, and many residents live far beyond that. These older adults are still walking, cooking, gardening, and thriving well into their 90s and 100s. Their secret? It's not hidden in a pharmacy or expensive treatment plan. It's found in how they eat and how they choose to live each day. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara lived to be 105 and continued treating patients until the age of 100. His personal health philosophy was refreshingly simple: eat modestly, repeat positive habits, and find delight in small daily pleasures. Today, we'll explore 5 timeless principles he followed, and how just 1 or 2 of them could significantly improve your energy, digestion, and mental clarity after age 60. Let's start with one surprisingly powerful idea: eating just a little bit less. In Western culture, we're often taught to clean our plates and associate larger portions with better value. But in Okinawa, a place known for producing some of the world's longest living people, the cultural practice is entirely different. It's called hara hachi bu, which means, eat until you are 80% full. Why stop at 80%? Because eating slightly less allows the body to avoid overburdening the digestive system. It reduces chronic inflammation, minimizes oxidative stress on the body's internal organs, and helps manage weight effortlessly, without needing to follow any strict diet. Even the U.S. National Institute on Aging has highlighted the benefits of modest calorie reduction. The research links it to improved longevity, better metabolism, and healthier aging overall. Dr. Hinohara embraced this approach. He ate slowly and lightly, always leaving the table feeling just a bit unsatisfied. This strategy kept his mind sharp and energy high well into his 90s. Take Helen, for example. She's 68 and grew up believing it was wasteful to leave food on her plate. Over time, this habit led to slow digestion, midday fatigue, and restless sleep. But when she learned about hara hachi bu, she tried something different, pausing halfway through meals to ask, "Am I actually still hungry? Or just finishing out of habit?" Within weeks, she noticed big changes: better energy, deeper sleep, and a lightness she hadn't felt in years. Here's a tip you can try tonight: eat slowly. Breathe between bites. When you feel about 70% full, stop and check in with yourself. Are you still truly hungry? Or just following routine? And this is only the beginning. Next, we'll look at the second mistake that often holds people back from aging well: skipping one of the most powerful sources of long-term strength: plant-based proteins. Protein is essential for muscle strength, recovery, and overall vitality, especially as we age. But here's where many Western diets miss the mark. We tend to equate protein with meat. In Okinawa, however, protein comes primarily from plants, particularly from soy-based foods like tofu, miso, natto, and edamame. These ingredients aren't occasional additions. They're daily essentials. Soy-based foods are rich in complete proteins and isoflavones that help lower inflammation and support heart health. They're also full of prebiotic fiber, which feeds the gut and strengthens digestion. In Japan, certain foods are more than just meals, they are powerful daily rituals that shape how people age. Take edamame, for example. It may look simple, but this young green soybean is far more than a snack. Along with tofu, miso, and natto, it forms the foundation of Japan's daily diet, especially in regions known for extraordinary longevity. Why does this matter so much? Because soy-based foods are nutritional powerhouses. They provide complete plant proteins, meaning they contain all the essential amino acids our bodies need. In addition, they are rich in isoflavones, compounds that have been shown to reduce inflammation, protect the heart, and support hormone balance in both men and women. Soy foods also contain prebiotic fiber, which feeds the healthy bacteria in your gut. This contributes to better digestion, stronger immunity, and even improved mood. One study, published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, found that regular consumption of soy products was associated with lower LDL cholesterol, stronger bones, and a reduced risk of age-related cognitive decline. These aren't just theories, they're real outcomes backed by science. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, one of Japan's most respected and longest-serving physicians, ate tofu nearly every single day, even well into his 90s. He believed this simple food helped keep his arteries clear and his digestive system smooth and efficient. He didn't just talk about health, he lived it, one bite at a time. Now, let's meet Frank. He's 73, retired, and for most of his life, he avoided soy. Like many others, he had heard the usual myths, that soy was linked to hormones or estrogen imbalance. But one evening, after watching a documentary about the diet of Japanese centenarians, something shifted. He became curious. What if the information he had believed for years wasn't the whole story? Frank decided to make a small change. Twice a week, he replaced red meat with a simple tofu stir-fry. He cooked it with bok choy, garlic, and fresh ginger. It was light, flavorful, and surprisingly satisfying. After just 3 weeks, he began noticing real differences. His blood pressure dropped, his joints felt more flexible, and for the first time in years, he didn't feel the need to take long afternoon naps. What's the takeaway here? You don't need to become a vegetarian to benefit from plant-based proteins. It's not about extremes, it's about balance. Start small, add lentils to your soup, toss black beans into a salad, try tofu in a stir-fry once or twice a week. These modest changes can help your body stay strong, your heart stay healthy, and your mind stay clear. Now, let's explore another powerful, yet often overlooked, secret to longevity. This one isn't about protein. It's not about supplements either. It's something the Japanese have been enjoying for generations. It's warm, it's soothing, and it's alive with benefits. We're talking about fermented foods. Unlike pills or processed probiotics, fermented foods in Japan are part of a daily rhythm. Dr. Hinohara himself began every morning with a gentle bowl of miso soup. It wasn't just a meal. It was a healing ritual. Along with fermented vegetables like pickled radish and seaweed, miso is packed with living probiotics that support gut health, improve digestion, and boost immunity. In the next section, we'll look more closely at how fermented foods help keep the body and brain in balance, and why they might be the easiest habit you can start tomorrow. For many in Japan, food isn't just about nourishment. It's part of a daily rhythm of healing. Every morning, Dr. Hinohara, Japan's beloved longevity doctor, started his day with a warm bowl of miso soup. This wasn't just comfort food. It was a simple act of care that set the tone for the rest of the day. Alongside miso, foods like natto, pickled vegetables, and fermented seaweed are staples in the Okinawan diet. These are not trendy health foods. They are everyday essentials, packed with powerful live probiotics that nourish the gut, along with natural digestive enzymes that help your body break down and absorb nutrients more efficiently. In addition, these traditional foods contain anti-inflammatory compounds that actively support brain health, reduce joint discomfort, and strengthen the immune system. In contrast, many seniors in Western countries rely on capsules and probiotic supplements. But while pills might offer isolated strains of bacteria, they miss the synergy that happens when you combine real, whole fermented foods with living microbes. This combination works with your body, not just on it, and the benefits are often deeper and longer lasting. Let me introduce you to Claire. She's 70 and spent decades working as a librarian. For years, she struggled with digestive discomfort, bloating after meals, inconsistent bowel habits, and a heavy, sluggish feeling in her stomach. She tried nearly everything available on pharmacy shelves: fiber powders, digestive enzymes, probiotic capsules in every shape and strength. But none of it brought lasting relief. Then, a friend gave her something unexpected, a small jar of real miso paste. Claire decided to keep things simple. Each morning, she stirred a spoonful into warm water and sipped it like a tea. That was all. No major diet overhaul. No long list of new rules. Just one warm cup a day. Within 2 weeks, everything began to shift. Her bloating disappeared. Her energy levels became more stable throughout the day. Afternoons, once marked by sluggishness, started to feel lighter. Her appetite regulated itself. The transformation wasn't due to a miracle pill, it came from live, active bacteria working in harmony with her body. You can try this too. Start small. Add a spoon of miso to warm water. Or include a few slices of naturally fermented pickles with your lunch or dinner. It's not only about improving gut health. It's about finding balance, physical, emotional, and even mental, through simple, nourishing practices. And now, let's move on to another surprising truth. There's a food group often avoided in the West, especially by older adults trying to manage their weight or blood sugar. But in Japan, this very same food is eaten every day and credited for long life and cardiovascular strength. Yes, we're talking about carbohydrates, specifically sweet potatoes. In the Western world, carbs have been labeled the enemy. Headlines warn us to cut carbs to stay slim. Doctors often advise seniors to avoid starchy foods altogether. But not all carbohydrates are created equal. And in Okinawa, Japan, one particular kind of carb plays a starring role in the daily diet, the Japanese purple sweet potato. These vibrant tubers are more than just beautiful on the plate. They are nutritional powerhouses. In fact, they make up more than 60% of the daily caloric intake among Okinawan centenarians, people living beyond 100 with remarkable vitality. So, what makes them so special? Purple sweet potatoes are loaded with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that help protect blood vessels from damage and reduce the effects of cellular aging. They are also rich in fiber, which helps maintain stable blood sugar and supports digestion. Add to that a solid dose of potassium and vitamin C, both of which are essential for heart health and immune function. And you've got a food that truly earns its place on the plate. Even better, these sweet potatoes have a low glycemic index, meaning they digest slowly and won't cause blood sugar spikes or crashes. Dr. Hinohara often chose sweet potatoes over rice because he believed they were gentler on the body and offered a deeper level of protection. This belief is now supported by science. Studies from the National Institutes of Health have shown that anthocyanin-rich foods like Japanese purple sweet potatoes are linked to improved blood vessel function, reduced chronic inflammation, and even slower mental decline as we age. Now, let's talk about Paul. He's 69, recently retired, and was feeling frustrated. As a pre-diabetic, he had spent years avoiding all carbs, thinking he was protecting his health. But the result was far from ideal. His energy was low, his cravings were strong, and he felt tired nearly all the time. Then, under the guidance of his dietitian, Paul tried something different. He began adding a small portion, just half a cup, of steamed Japanese sweet potatoes to his lunch. Nothing fancy, no butter, no sugar, just clean, simple food. The results were surprising. His afternoon energy returned, his cravings became more manageable, and most importantly, his blood sugar levels began to stabilize, more than they had in years. Here's the bottom line: you don't need to fear carbs. You need to choose them wisely. Look for whole, fiber-rich, antioxidant-packed options like sweet potatoes. In doing so, you'll fuel your body with the kind of nutrition that supports healthy aging, the kind that sustained one of the world's longest living populations. Paul had spent years avoiding all carbohydrates, including the healthy ones. He thought cutting them out entirely would help him feel better and stay on top of his blood sugar. But over time, something unexpected happened. His energy levels started to drop. He felt tired most afternoons, and his cravings for sweets and snacks only got worse. Then, with some gentle encouragement from his dietitian, Paul made a small change. He added a half cup of steamed Japanese sweet potatoes to his lunch. No frying, no added sugar, just simple, clean nourishment. Within 2 short weeks, The transformation was clear. He felt more energized throughout the day. His cravings diminished, and his blood sugar levels were more stable than they had been in months. It wasn't about giving up carbs. It was about choosing the right ones, just like the Japanese have done for generations. That brings us to the final and perhaps most meaningful insight from Dr. Hinohara. This lesson is not about food at all. It's a philosophy, a way of living that shaped his health and happiness well into his 100s. You see, Dr. Hinohara didn't follow a strict diet. He didn't obsess over calorie counts, carb limits, or protein grams. Instead, he lived by a simple rhythm. It was a daily pattern rooted in peace, movement, and joyful simplicity. Each morning, he started his day with something light and grounding, often a bowl of miso soup, followed by a walk and some quiet reading. He avoided overeating not because he was trying to restrict himself, but because he respected the way his body functioned best when lightly nourished. Even in his 90s, he still climbed stairs instead of taking elevators. He remained curious, gave public talks, wrote books, and kept smiling through it all. His motto was simple yet profound: to stay young, you must have fun. Now let's meet Marie. She's 71 and, like many people her age, spent years stressing over what she should or shouldn't eat. She read every label. She avoided carbs, cut out sugar, and filled her shelves with low-fat and sugar-free alternatives. But instead of feeling healthy, she felt anxious, always chasing the next diet rule and never quite feeling free. Everything changed when she discovered Dr. Hinohara's story. She stopped focusing on labels and started focusing on lifestyle. She began taking 20-minute walks each morning, not as exercise, but as a way to greet the day. She slowed down during meals, savoring every bite. In the afternoons, she made time for tea, just to sit, breathe, and enjoy the moment. She even planted herbs by her window and found joy in watching them grow. That rhythm, though small, transformed her health. It gave her structure, peace, and purpose. Because true well-being isn't only about physical health. It's also about your emotions, your mindset, and the rhythm of your everyday life. So as you reflect on everything we've shared, from mindful eating to smart carbs to fermented foods, remember this: it's not only about what's on your plate. It's about how you live around that plate. Don't just count grams of protein. Count the number of quiet mornings that help you reset. Don't only focus on avoiding sugar. Make space for laughter and connection. Don't just fix your diet. Nourish your whole spirit. And if you feel unsure of where to begin, that's perfectly okay. The best place to start is with something small. Start simple. Start joyful. Start like the doctor who lived to 105 and smiled every day along the way. Now, let's bring all of these insights together into 5 gentle steps, easy, powerful shifts inspired by one of the world's longest living doctors. Because the truth is, longevity doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing a few things well, consistently, and with joy. These are not dramatic overhauls. They're small, thoughtful shifts, practiced every day by some of the longest living people on Earth. Inspired by the life and legacy of Japan's oldest practicing doctor, here are 5 gentle changes you can begin embracing right now. First, eat until you are about 80% full. This simple habit can ease digestion, boost energy, and contribute to a longer, more vibrant life. Pause before you feel completely full, and notice how your body responds. Second, add more plant-based proteins to your meals. Foods like tofu, lentils, and edamame are not only easy to prepare, but they're also light on your system and packed with essential nutrients. They support strength and recovery without weighing you down. Third, bring fermented foods into your daily rhythm. Just a spoon of miso in warm water or a few slices of pickled vegetables can introduce live, beneficial bacteria to your gut. These good microbes strengthen your immune system and improve digestion from the inside out. Fourth, choose your carbs wisely. Foods like Japanese sweet potatoes offer lasting fuel without the crash. Rich in antioxidants, fiber, and essential nutrients, they nourish your heart and brain while keeping blood sugar balanced. And fifth, embrace a lighter way of living. Eat with intention. Move your body gently. Smile often. These aren't just food tips, they are lifestyle choices that bring rhythm, simplicity, Enjoy into everyday moments. The best part? You don't need to do it all at once. You can begin with just one shift. One mindful bite, one habit, one deep breath between spoonfuls. Let these moments build, day by day, into something powerful and lasting. So, which habit speaks to you most today? Let us know in the comments. Your choice might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And remember this, you don't need a perfect plan to live longer. You just need small, steady steps in the right direction. Start with a warm bowl of miso. Steam a sweet potato. Smile during lunch. These habits seem small, but together, they add up in meaningful ways. This is not just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. If you enjoyed this message and want more inspiration on healthy aging, longevity, and simple ways to feel your best, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Your journey toward a healthier, more joyful life starts now, and we're here to walk it with you.